we have the engine, which is a Bukh DV20. It's made in Denmark, and that's the engine. There's a tray underneath to capture any oil. The engine doesn't use any oil during the season. You fill it up when I change the oil at the end of the season, and that stays until the following year at the end of the season when it gets changed, unless I do a large mileage, in which case it gets changed mid-season. We have here the sight glass with 2 isolation stopcocks in yellow, and we have the water strainer, and on that there's a secondary seacock, and that turns the water off, the cooling water. There's also a primary one on the hull. Going around the side of the engine, we have the air filter. There's a final fuel filter, and coming around here there's an injection elbow, and that leads to the muffler silencer. Water's injected into that, and then finds its way out with the exhaust gases. Coming down here we have the stern gland, which is pressure water lubricated. It's sprayed in white plastic just to keep any corrosion at bay, but it's I think a bronze fitting, so there shouldn't be any chance of any corrosion. There's the diesel tank, which is I think about 27 gallons or slightly more. It's a stainless steel tank and sits on 4 fiberglass bearers. Underneath you can just see a cup that, there we go, is a sediment trap. That's used just to catch any water that builds up during the winter and is emptied once every perhaps 2 years. You have a primary water separator, then a secondary water separator and filter, fine filter, and then that goes to the other filter I mentioned earlier, which is here. The last filter is changed every 2 years, the other filter is changed every year. I think that probably is about all there is to see in the engine compartment.